So welcome to all the students. Myself CA Pradeep Makkad, and in this in these classes I was taking classes earlier also since many years, but this is my first interaction with all of you. So first of all, I will like to make you clear that whatever studies we are doing for CA, that is for the purpose of our career. So we have to do each and everything with very sincere efforts, with our honest working, so that we can clear the CA intermediate exam. Advanced accounting is such a subject which will easily give you minimum 80 plus marks in your exams. If you are interested to clear CA inter with flying colors, do your best efforts, give your best hard work to the advanced accounting subject. Other subjects are also very important. We have to do each and every subject, but this is a marks giving subject which will help you to let the group cleared. Other subjects, there may be a chance that you may get less marks in that because there may be such type of examination is there in that. But this is purely a practical examination, as we all know that even the MCQ will be on practical base. So we are going to get marks on the basis of our practical knowledge, on the basis of our application of our knowledge. तो जब भी आप लोग सीए इंटरमीडिएट क्लियर करने की बात करोगे, आज से नहीं, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सिंस सो मेनी इयर्स, सिंस द इंसेप्शन ऑफ दिस सीए कोर्स, these accounting papers are always helpful. So I would like to assure you that I would like to give my best efforts to all of you, because I am in this teaching line since 25 years. I have started teaching in 1998, and since today I have taught thousands of students. I'm thankful to ICAI. I'm thankful to the joint director, even center council members, all the special persons who are dealing with us, all the IT team who is helpful to us for the purpose of telecasting of these classes, and the initiative which has been started by ICAI is really beneficial to the students. So let's get the benefit. Yeah, good evening to everyone. Oh, one thing is very important. Whenever you are saying good evening, let it be very much clear we are feeling idle. So try to keep your mind in morning session. Even it is evening, but you should have to feel that I am going to do it in the morning way. Because whenever there is a morning, we are with the energy. But with the evening, we are normally feeling idle. So try to say good morning. So good morning to all of you. Devraj, Madhav Tiwari, Divya, Muhammad Sahil, everyone, Ajay, there are many students up to Riya Goswami, everyone, Myank, yeah, very good. Good morning to all of you. So that we can start this session with the energy, I would like to, like from your side, that you must have to say yourself good morning, because energy comes in the morning from the sun and we feel energetic in the morning. So the chapter which is very easy and logical, that is buyback of securities, we are going to start today. This chapter is comparatively a easy chapter, let it be very much clear. But it will be easy only and only if you will understand the concept of this chapter, if you will understand the procedure of this chapter. I would like to say that this is a chapter which is going to give you 5 to 10 marks in your exams. So it is going to be a reservation of your marks with this buyback of securities. So let's start with this buyback of securities. Now, whenever we are talking about buyback, what means for the buyback? Buyback का meaning क्या होता है? What means for the buyback? क्या मतलब होता है buyback का? Anyone? Yeah. Send me the answer fast. What means for this buyback? या बायबैक मीन्स वापस खरीद लेना। किसको? सिक्योरिटी को। सिक्योरिटीज meant for, here we are talking about shares, we are not talking about debentures, here we are talking about shares. So here buyback meant for purchasing back of equity shares. In simple language I would like to let you clear, if a company is interested to get back his shares, अपने शेयर्स को वापस खरीदना चाहती है, कंपनी खुद ही खरीदना चाहती है। इक्विटी शेयर्स जब हम इशू करते हैं, देयर इज अ कंडीशन विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड इन प्लस टू कॉमर्स। इफ यू हैव डन प्लस टू कॉमर्स, यू हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड दैट कंपनी इज नॉट allowed to purchase back or repay its equity shares, because equity shareholders are the real owners of the company, and these owners are investing their capital in the company. So they are not repaid back their equity share capital. Instead, what they will do, instead they will get dividend against that, they will get bonus shares against that, and they will remain up to the end of the life of the company. But way back in, if you will go and see that, way back in 2000s, company law has been companies act have been changed। कंपनीज एक्ट को चेंज कर दिया गया, और चेंज करके उसमें एक स्पेशल प्रोविजन लाई गई। आ स्पेशल प्रोविजन हैज बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन विच companies are given special right to purchase back their equity shares. So this special power is given to them. Later on, this has been covered under section 68 of year कंपनीज एक्ट 2013, उसके अंडर ये कवर हो गई। सो उसमें कुछ स्पेशल इंपॉर्टेंट बातें हैं जिनको हमें ध्यान में रखना है। फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज बायबैक ऑफ शेयर कैन बी मेड आउट ऑफ इट्स फ्री रिजर्व्स। वन थिंग इज अ कंडीशनल पॉइंट, कि जो बायबैक करनी है आपने, दैट विल बी फ्रॉम दी फ्री रिजर्व्स। फ्री रिजर्व्स मेंट्स फॉर व्हाट? फ्री रिजर्व का मतलब क्या होता है? फ्री रिजर्व्स, write it down with you. You will have to note down each and everything, whatever you feel important, but whatever you feel knowledgeable. हमने लिखे बिना नहीं छोड़ना कुछ भी, हमारा काम है लिखते रहना। अगर आप लिखोगे नहीं तो ऑब्वियसली आपका और मेरा लिंक टूट जाएगा। सो यू मस्ट हैव टू राइट डाउन वट एवर पॉइंट यू फील इंपॉर्टेंट, यू फील नॉलेजेबल, यू शुड हैव टू राइट इट डाउन। ओके, सो व्हाट इज फ्री रिजर्व? Those reserves which are allowed to be used for the purpose of declaration of dividend are named as free reserve। सिंपल मीनिंग कि डिविडेंड के लिए जो हम लोग रिजर्व्स को यूज कर सकते हैं वो फ्री रिजर्व होते हैं। डिटेल्स विल बी डिस्कस्ड लेटर। ओके, और सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम, उसके अलावा क्या हो सकता है? सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम। एंड थर्ड, विच इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, दैट इज प्रोसीड ऑफ एनी शेयर और अदर स्पेसिफाइड सिक्योरिटीज। प्रोसीड ऑफ एनी शेयर means if we'll sell new shares and from that we got some amount, that amount can be used for the purpose of repayment of buyback of shares from the equity shareholders of our company। तो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को पैसे वापस करने के लिए आप नए शेयर इशू करके वहां से पैसे इकट्ठे करके वो पैसे को भी वापस कर सकते हो। सो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट which is to be kept into mind. I am using your study material for the purpose of teaching, so that you people have the study material and you can easily understand that from there. So one thing which is important that I have discussed with you, then buyback of equity share in any financial year shall not exceed 25% of its total paid up equity capital. First of all, you have to check how much is our equity capital, and that should be paid up equity capital। Paid up, everyone understand? पेड अप का मतलब क्या होता है? पेड अप इक्विटी कैपिटल का मतलब क्या होता है? फास्ट, वेरी गुड। व्हाट मीन्स फॉर पेड अप इक्विटी कैपिटल? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय अदर स्पेसिफाइड सिक्योरिटीज? यस, वी विल डिस्कस इट इन डिटेल। I have given a brief introduction, remaining we will discuss in detail। Okay, I'm just going for the points which are at the preliminary stage। Later on, I'll come to the details so that you can understand it in a proper way and you can write it down। Okay, So paid up equity capital meant for what? First, what meant for paid up? On which call money is received. Exactly right. Very good. Mehreen Khan, Minakshi, Prince, Harish Chandra. No, fully paid is not a word. If it is partly paid, there's no problem. Whatever the paid up amount is there, that is named as paid up capital. Equity capital on which amount called up is paid. Very good. So I think everyone knows it. Very good. So if the company's paid up capital is 100 crores, then this means for that company can buy back only 25% of it. That means for 25 crores. Maximum buyback will be up to 25 crores beta. इससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता. Then once you have made a buyback, you can't make buyback once again within a period of 1 year from the date of buyback. क्या लिखा हुआ है कि मिनिमम गैप जो है वो 1 साल का होना चाहिए दो बायबैक में. आपने एक बायबैक कर लिया 15 अप्रैल 2022 में. सो दैट मीन्स फॉर नेक्स्ट बायबैक कैन बी ओनली एंड ओनली आफ्टर 15 अप्रैल 2023, नॉट बिफोर दैट. सो दो बायबैक के अंदर गैप जो है वो आपको 1 ईयर का रखना है. लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर. Gap cannot be less than 1 year. It can be more than that. 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years. There's no worry. There is no compulsion that you have to make buyback. As in case of preference shares, tell me, is there any condition for redemption or the buyback of preference shares? Please tell me. Is there any condition on redemption of preference shares? Like buyback, there is no condition that it must be buyback. इक्विटी शेयर्स के कोई कंडीशन नहीं है कि बायबैक होने चाहिए. पर क्या प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स पे कोई कंडीशन है बेटा? शाबाश. अमाउंट पेड फॉर द शेयर्स इधर फुली और पेड. वेरी गुड. शाबाश. फास्ट गिव मी द आंसर. Preference shares must be redeemed or not, and if it is to be redeemed, within how much period? This is the point which is required to you because this will affect you in your exams. No, it means for no one knows. Fast. देखते हैं कौन आंसर देता है सही. No answer. So let it be very much clear that in case of preference shares, preference shares must be redeemed within 20 years from the date of issue, as irredeemable preference shares cannot be issued. Only redeemable preference shares can be issued बेटा. Note it down. और वो भी बड़ा क्लियर है कि जो रिडीमेबल प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स हैं वो 20 ईयर्स से ज्यादा का उनका पीरियड नहीं हो सकता. उनको 20 सालों में रिडीम करना जरूरी है, पैसे वापस करने जरूरी हैं. बट नो सच कंडीशन इज देयर ऑन इक्विटी शेयर्स. लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर. नोट इट डाउन विद यू. चलो. One or two students have given me right answer also. Remaining have given either wrong answer or no answer. So congratulations for Rama Devi who has given right answer. Redemption meant for company buying its own preference shares. That is redemption means वापस कर देना. Redeemed means returned back the preference share capital to the shareholders. So Naga Sirisa also given right answer. Naga Arjua also given right answer. Very good. Three students have given right answer. Congratulations to these three. Ankur Patel, where you have studied this, I don't know. This is not right. Okay, beta. So please check it out. Others also please check it out. जिन्होंने गलत आंसर दिया है, must check it out. Now, Coming back, another important point which you have to keep it in your mind is the ratio of debt owed by the company. Means after buyback, after buyback, he says after buyback, debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio means for what? Those you have done financial management in plus two or graduation, they know it what means for debt equity ratio. Please send me the formula for debt equity ratio. डेट इक्विटी रेशियो का फॉर्मूला भेजेंगे फटाफट, शाबाश. डेट इक्विटी रेशियो का फॉर्मूला फास्ट फास्ट जल्दी जल्दी भेजो. हाउ टू कैलकुलेट डेट इक्विटी रेशियो? चलो, डेट इक्विटी रेशियो का मीनिंग नहीं बताया. टोटल डेट डिवाइड बाय टोटल कैपिटल. टोटल डेट डिवाइड बाय टोटल शेयर होल्डर्स इक्विटी. वेरी गुड. लॉन्ग टर्म बोरिंग्स डिवाइड बाय शेयर कैपिटल रिजर्व एंड सरप्लस. चलो, नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हैव गिवन मी द आंसर. 3 or 4 स्टूडेंट्स ओनली. Remaining has not given the answer. Waiting for the answer of the remaining also, whatever they will say. नहीं, डेट इक्विटी रेशियो में डेट डिवाइड बाय इक्विटी तो होगा, सभी को पता है. व्हाट मेंस फॉर डेट, व्हाट डेट मेंस फॉर इक्विटी, दैट आई वुड लाइक टू नो फ्रॉम योर साइड. डेट में क्या क्या कवर करोगे आप, इक्विटी में क्या कवर करोगे, दैट आई वुड लाइक टू नो. वो मुझे पता है आप सभी को डेट इक्विटी रेशियो आती है सबको, कि डेट डिवाइड बाय इक्विटी डेट इक्विटी रेशियो होती है, बट व्हाट मेंस फॉर डेट, क्या क्या कवर करोगे उसमें, इक्विटी में क्या कवर करोगे. चलो, कमिंग टू दीज पॉइंट्स. डेट डिवाइड बाय इक्विटी में व्हाट मेंस फॉर डेट, व्हाट मेंस फॉर इक्विटी, लेट्स सी. Coming to the topic, now we will discuss some important points in detail so that we can do the question in a proper way. Why buyback is made? Buyback allow क्यों किया गया? Why buyback is allowed by the government? There are some points which have been put up by the companies in front of government, that these are the problems due to which we are interested to go for buyback. So these are very simple and logical points given by the companies. First point is they are interested to increase their EPS. EPS means earning per share. That everyone knows what means for EPS. That means for total earning of total earning after tax, EAT, divided by number of equity shares. So this is, we will not dilute, no dilution in the company's earning, because obviously if we'll reduce number of shares, we are just going to increase the EPS of the remaining shares. So that is the one point given by them. Second is they are interested to increase the holding of the promoters who have started the company, because whatever they will do, whatever the shares they will purchase, a company cannot buy its own share for the purpose of investment. This is the most important point which is to be kept into mind. इक्विटी शेयर्स को कभी भी इन्वेस्टमेंट के रूप में परचेज नहीं किया जा सकता. क्या प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स को इन्वेस्टमेंट के रूप में परचेज किया जा सकता है? कैन प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स बी परचेज्ड फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट? कैन डिबेंचर्स can be purchased for the purpose of investment? These are the two questions which you have to give answer tomorrow. लिख लो अपने पास कि क्या प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स का, क्योंकि बिकॉज ये दीज चैप्टर्स यू हैव डन इन सीए फाउंडेशन आल्सो, आई वुड लाइक टू एश्योर यू कि until and unless you will not review the chapter redemption of preference shares, redemption, issue of debentures, you are unable to do this chapter, and also you are unable to clear advanced accounting paper with flying colors with good marks. So note it down with you. One chapter which you have to do is redemption of preference shares. Very important chapter. Second is debentures. These two chapters are very important for the upcoming chapters, whichever we have to do. Buyback of shares, amalgamation, alteration, we have to do reconstruction, we have to do financial statement of companies. In all these chapters, we need the support of these. Also, we need the help of issue of shares from your side. So these three chapters I would like to say, one, two, and even three. ये थ्री चैप्टर्स आप लोगों ने घर से रिव्यू करने हैं साइड बाय साइड, ताकि आप लोगों को आने वाले टाइम में कोई दिक्कतें ना आए। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन आप लोगों ने नोट डाउन कर लिया होगा। सो वेदर प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स और डिवेंचर्स कैन बी परचेज्ड एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट, कैन वेदर ओन प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स, वेदर ओन प्रेफरेंस शेयर अपने ही प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स और डिवेंचर्स कैन बी परचेज्ड एज एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बाय द कंपनी। दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन विच यू हैव टू गिव आंसर टुमारो। कल का ये क्वेश्चन है आप लोगों का। ओके, ये आंसर कल दोगे आप लोग? आई गेस नो, यस, ऐसे काफी कुछ आ रहा है, एक दो आंसर आए हैं मुझे, बट आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड टू गेट आंसर टुडे, डोंट वरी। आप लोग एक बार रिव्यू करना इन तीन चैप्टर्स को। ये आप लोगों का लास्ट यूनिट था, लास्ट चैप्टर था सीए फाउंडेशन में। अगर आपने सीए फाउंडेशन करी, अगर आप बीकॉम के रूट से आए हो तो उसके थ्रू था। अगर आप बीकॉम या सीए फाउंडेशन नहीं करके आ रहे तो आई वुड लाइक टू सजेस्ट यू कि ये तीन चैप्टर जरूर करके जाना, अदरवाइज यू आर गोइंग टू लूज द मार्क्स इन योर एग्जाम्स। I don't know whether this is in your syllabus at any level. I think in if you are going to do directly CA Inter after BA or BSc non-medical, it means for you have not done those chapters, and those chapters may have an impact in our coming chapters. So must do is 100% done, sir. आज ही दे देंगे sir. Very good students. Let's start. So here, which is important is that now company cannot buy its own share as an investment. Equity shares नहीं purchase कर सकते. Instead, what they will do, they will purchase their own shares and cancel it immediately. They will purchase and cancel it immediately. They have to be cancelled by the company when shares are bought back. So this is the point which is to be kept into mind, because in MCQs you may get such type of questions. There is no problem, मतलब उसमें आ सकता है ऐसा कुछ भी. To discourse others to make hostile of time that going to be taken over by someone by way of acquiring more and more share. In that case, company is going to buy back its share so that the control of company will remain as normal. And other points are also there to support the share price on the stock exchange, where the share price in the company is less than its worth. तो कई बार प्राइस कम हो जाता है, हमें लगता है प्राइस को बढ़ाना है, तब भी हम लोग इसको कर लेते हैं। तो ये रीजंस आपको देने पड़ते हैं कंपनी को, गवर्नमेंट को प्रॉपर रीजन देने पड़ते हैं। And also very important point that if company have surplus cash with them, they are not interested to keep the shareholders as a liability with them. Instead, they are interested to pay back their amount, and government has allowed them when the company doesn't need it for the business. So now, from where buyback is to be made, I have already discussed with you that free reserves can be used. So here we are going to discuss about the free reserves and other things in detail. Let it be very much clear. You may note it down with you. बायबैक कैसे करना है हमने, तो उसके लिए लिखेंगे हम लोग फेस वैल्यू ऑफ बायबैक ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स शुड बी इक्वल टू फ्री रिजर्व्स ट्रांसफर टू फ्री रिजर्व ही लिख लो आप, बस अकेला बहुत है। फ्री रिजर्व्स अवेलेबल फॉर बायबैक प्लस फेस वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर्स, फेस वैल्यू ऑफ फ्रेश शेयर्स issued by company. So this is the equation which you have to, I would like to show you this equation in your question also, so that you can understand it in question. Note it down. Now what is free reserves? That is given here. Free reserves, it includes profit or loss account plus general reserve plus any other reserve available for distribution of dividend. And what means for face value of shares issued by company? That means for equity or preference shares. You may write in this way: equity shares of different category, of different category, or preference shares. So let's understand this concept. फ्री रिजर्व्स में कौन से रिजर्व्स लेने हैं? जो हमारे पास डिविडेंड के लिए, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए अवेलेबल है। प्रॉफिट लॉस इज ऑलवेज अवेलेबल फॉर डिविडेंड, जनरल रिजर्व इज अवेलेबल, एंड डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिजर्व इज देयर, और रेवेन्यू रिजर्व इज देयर, or any other reserve which is available for distribution as dividend. And when we are talking about fresh issue of shares, we can't issue same category of shares for the purpose of buyback. If we are going to buy back equity shares, then we can't issue equity shares of same category. इट मस्ट बी ऑफ डिफरेंट कैटेगरी। अगर आप बायबैक करना चाहते हो इक्विटी शेयर्स को, तो आपको डिफरेंट कैटेगरी के इक्विटी शेयर्स इशू करने पड़ेंगे। या फिर यू कैन गो एंड डू इशू प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स। आप प्रेफरेंस शेयर इशू कर दो, वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। यू मे इशू प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स। यस, डिबेंचर्स कैन नॉट बी issued for buyback ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स। इक्विटी शेयर्स के बायबैक के लिए डिबेंचर्स को इशू नहीं किया जा सकता। Another important point which you have to note it down: only fully paid up equity shares to be bought back. Means partly paid up equity shares cannot be buyback. बायबैक के लिए आप पार्टली पेड अप इक्विटी शेयर्स को बायबैक नहीं कर सकते, आप सिर्फ फुली पेड अप शेयर्स को ही बायबैक कर सकते हो. नाउ यू मस्ट हैव टू नोट इट डाउन. रिवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व ये नीचे हो गया ना, बोर्ड नजर आ रहा है. रिवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व कैन नॉट बी यूज्ड फॉर बायबैक. रिवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व को हम यूज नहीं कर सकते बायबैक के लिए. नोट इट डाउन. प्रीमियम ऑन बायबैक may be written off against free reserves or security premium account. What it meant for the face value of buyback of shares is 10 rupees. We are going to buy back them at rupees 15. In that case, we are going to pay them surplus amount of rupees 5 per share. So whatever surplus we are going to pay them, this rupees 5 is a premium paid to equity shares. Now this will be adjusted from security premium. If available in balance sheet, this will be written off because this is a loss. If we are making extra payment to anyone, then it means for we are suffering a loss, and that loss is to be written off. So this premium paid to equity shares on buyback will be written off from security premium account, or if it is not available, then it will be written off from free reserves. Let's discuss about the journal entries. Till now, if there is any query, just tell me. Please explain with the example. Now we are going to get the example also. अच्छा, एक बार समरी कर लेते हैं एक बार इस सारे की. Now, what is the exact way? Let's understand buyback once again. बायबैक होता क्या है, एक बार समराइज कर लेते हैं. हमारे पास कंपनी के पास इक्विटी शेयर्स हैं. अब कंपनी की बैलेंस शीट में इक्विटी शेयर्स शो हो रहे हैं 100 करोड़ के. कंपनी अपनी बैलेंस शीट को थोड़ा हल्का करना चाहती है। वो कहती है ये 100 करोड़ के बैलेंस शीट में शो हो रहे हैं, तो मुझे क्या जरूरत है 100 करोड़ की, मुझे तो रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं है, मेरे पास तो ऑलरेडी यहाँ पर काफी अमाउंट पड़ी है कि मैं इनको वापस कर सकता हूँ। तो पहले ये अलाउड नहीं था कि हम लोग इनको पैसे वापस कर पाए। तो अब कंपनी कहती दिस इज माई लाइबिलिटी, आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू रीपे बैक। तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं इसमें से 20 करोड़ जो है उसके इक्विटी शेयर्स को पैसे वापस कर दूं। तो मैंने क्या किया, तो मार्केट में जाके 20 करोड़ के इक्विटी शेयर बायबैक कर लिए। 20 करोड़ के इक्विटी शेयर मैंने बायबैक कर लिए। कितने में किए? मैंने 50 करोड़ में कर लिए। 50 करोड़ रुपीज पे करे और 20 करोड़ की फेस वैल्यू के शेयर्स मैंने बायबैक कर लिए। अब बायबैक किए और उसके बाद उसको कैंसिल करना है मैंने। व्हाट इज माई वर्किंग, मैंने उसको कैंसिल करना है, बायबैक एंड कैंसिल। जैसे हम अपना सामान खुद खरीद लेते हैं, पहले मैंने अपने शेयर मार्केट में बेचे हुए हैं, अब मैंने वो शेयर मार्केट में से वापस खरीद लिए। अब खरीद के मेरे पास गवर्नमेंट की रिक्वायरमेंट ये है कि उसको एज ए इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं रखना आपने। अगर आपने वापस खरीद लिए हैं तो उसको कैंसिल कर दो। मींस आप इसमें से 20 करोड़ को माइनस करो और आपकी जो बैलेंस शीट है उसमें अब 80 करोड़ की फेस वैल्यू के इक्विटी शेयर्स नजर आने चाहिए। अब मैं ये 50 करोड़ रुपीज जो पे कर रहा हूं, इसमें से 20 करोड़ तो मैं फेस वैल्यू पे कर रहा हूं और ये 30 करोड़ मैं प्रीमियम दे रहा हूं। तो एक पॉलिसी है, अगर आपने रिडम्पशन ऑफ प्रेफरेंस शेयर चैप्टर करा है उसमें भी आप लोग कर चुके हो, कि अगर हम लोग कोई भी शेयर्स को बायबैक करते हैं या रिडीम करते हैं तो उसके लिए हमें उतनी ही अमाउंट बैलेंस शीट में अरेंज करनी पड़ती है। अरेंज कैसे करते हैं, उसको दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर देते हैं। एक पार्ट तो ये करते हैं कि अगर हमारे पास ऑलरेडी रिजर्व्स पड़े हैं, क्या पड़ा है, रिजर्व्स पड़े हैं, तो आप रिजर्व्स को यूटिलाइज करके अपने शेयर्स को बायबैक कर लो। क्योंकि डिबेंचर होल्डर्स ये कहते हैं, वो कहते हैं आप शेयर्स को बायबैक कर रहे हो तो ये गलत है, क्योंकि इसका मतलब ये है कि आप हमसे लोन ले रहे हो। बैंक वाले भी कहते हैं, डिबेंचर होल्डर्स भी कहते हैं कि आप हमसे लोन ले रहे हो और लोन लेके आप अपने इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को पे कर रहे हो, तो ये गलत है। तो आप लोग क्या करो, आप लोग जो पेमेंट करनी है वो अपने उस पैसे में से करो जो आपने इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को डिविडेंड देना है। बिकॉज इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए क्या होता है कि हम लोग रूटीन में काम कर रहे हैं, तो प्रॉफिट कमाते हैं, हम काफी प्रॉफिट कमाते हैं, प्रॉफिट कमा के हम सारा प्रॉफिट उनको देते नहीं है, हम उसको रिटेन करते रहते हैं। रिटेन किस नाम से करते हैं, प्रॉफिट और लॉस अकाउंट, जनरल रिजर्व, डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन रिजर्व, रेवेन्यू रिजर्व, ऐसे कई नाम है हमारे। तो ये सारे जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट नेम है हमारे, इन सभी नेम्स के रूप में हमारे पास बैलेंस शीट में रिजर्व्स पड़े होते हैं। तो ये जो रिजर्व्स पड़े हैं हमारे पास, ये सारे रिजर्व्स को हम खत्म कर देंगे तो भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बिकॉज ये तो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए हैं। तो उनको पैसे देने के लिए हम इसको किताबों में से खत्म करते हैं उतने रिजर्व्स हम, ताकि ये ना हो कि हम इनको भी दे दें और बाद में उसको डिविडेंड के रूप में भी बांटे, तो वो डबल हो जाएगा। तो इसलिए ये कहा गया कि ये जो रिजर्व है आपके पास पड़े हुए फ्री रिजर्व्स, आप उनको डेड कर दो। कितनी अमाउंट के, जितनी अमाउंट के आप इक्विटी शेयर्स को बाय बैक कर रहे हो। डेड कैसे करो, डेड करने के लिए इसे सीआरआर में ट्रांसफर कर दो। सीआरआर क्या होता है, कैपिटल रिडम्पशन रिजर्व। दूसरा, अब वो कहते हैं मेरे पास तो फ्री रिजर्व है ही नहीं या मेरे पास फ्री रिजर्व्स कम अमाउंट के हैं, तो कहते हैं कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। अगर आप बायबैक करना चाहते हो तो आप लोन की अमाउंट या डिबेंचर की अमाउंट को यूज नहीं कर सकते, उसके लिए आप नए इक्विटी शेयर्स, नए प्रेफरेंस शेयर इशू करो। बट उस कैटेगरी के शेयर नहीं आपने दोबारा से इशू करने जिस कैटेगरी के शेयर्स को आप बाय बैक कर रहे हो। उससे क्या होगा, उससे आप डिसऑनेस्टी कर रहे हो। आप क्या करते हो, इक्विटी शेयर्स पुराने वापस ले लिए लोगों से और नए जो इक्विटी शेयर्स हैं वो किसी और को दे दिए। तो उससे तो आपने पब्लिक को जो ओनरशिप है वो ट्रांसफर कर दिया वो गलत है। तो इसलिए डिफरेंट कैटेगरी के करने हैं, कैटेगरीज होती हैं शेयर्स की। तो वो कैटेगरी आपको आइडेंटिफाई करनी पड़ेगी कि पुराने शेयर्स की जो कैटेगरी, हम सेम कैटेगरी के शेयर नहीं इशू कर रहे, डिफरेंट कैटेगरी के शेयर इशू कर रहे हैं। तो वो जो आप कैटेगरी के शेयर इशू करोगे उसको प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स और अदर कैटेगरी ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर्स आप इशू कर सकते हो। अब मेरे पास, एज्यूम कर लो, 20 करोड़ रुपीस की मैंने फेस वैल्यू के इक्विटी शेयर्स को बायबैक करना है, ये वाला। तो मुझे 20 करोड़ का अरेंजमेंट करना है। अब मेरे पास फ्री रिजर्व्स पड़े हैं 15 करोड़ के। अगर मैं चाहता हूं कि मैं 15 के सारे यूज कर लूं। ठीक। हम्म। फ्री रिजर्व 15 करोड़ के हैं आपके। तो बाकी 5 करोड़ जो है, उसके आप प्रेफरेंस शेयर इशू कर दो। और ये जो फ्री रिजर्व, इसको खत्म कैसे करोगे? इसको सीआरआर में ट्रांसफर कर दो। ये बायबैक की पॉलिसी है। कि बायबैक की पॉलिसी क्या कहती है कि जितने फ्री रिजर्व्स आपने यूटिलाइज करने हैं, उतने फ्री रिजर्व्स को आप उठा के सीआरआर में डाल दो और डेड कर दो। क्योंकि सीआरआर एक ऐसा रिजर्व है जो किसी पर्पस के लिए यूज नहीं होता। सीआरआर डिविडेंड के लिए यूटिलाइज नहीं हो सकता। सीआरआर किसी जेन्युइन पर्पस के लिए यूटिलाइज नहीं हो सकता। ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ बोनस शेयर्स के लिए यूटिलाइज होता है। तो बोनस शेयर्स अपने आप में डेड डेड शेयर्स होते हैं, क्योंकि उनका कोई यूटिलाइजेशन नहीं होता। अगर आप लोगों को बोनस शेयर चैप्टर करा हुआ है तो पता है, नहीं किया हुआ तो जब आप करोगे तो पता लगेगा। उसमें आपको ये चीज की समझ लग जाती है। तो बोनस शेयर जब कंपनी देती है तो कोई खास बेनिफिट होता नहीं है पब्लिक को, वो वैसे दिखने में लगता है। तो ड्यू टू दैट रीजन इसको सीआरआर में ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है। और अगर आप सीआरआर में ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि आपके पास फ्री रिजर्व है ही नहीं सफिशिएंट, तो बैलेंस जो है वो अमाउंट के आप फ्रेश शेयर्स इश्यू करो, उससे पैसे इकट्ठे करो। उन पैसों से अपने शेयर्स को बायबैक कर लो। लेकिन डिवेंचर होल्डर्स कहते हैं हमारे पैसे को यूटिलाइज नहीं करना। आपने कैपिटल नहीं काटनी। आपने जो एसेट्स हैं उनको बेच के नहीं इनको पैसे वापस करने। हाँ, यू कैन सेल इन्वेस्टमेंट्स। आप किसको सेल कर सकते हो? इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को। तो लेट्स टॉक इन। Those who doesn't understand Hindi, let it be very much clear that whatever I will teach in Hindi, that I am also teaching in English also. In Hindi, I have to teach for the purpose of benefit of those students which are not capable to understand Hindi at that level. They are not able to understand English at that level, whatever others can. Because South Indians are very good in Hindi. West Indians are also to some extent good in Hindi. But in North India, there are some students, or in East India, there are some students who are not good in Hindi, in English, sorry. So we have to keep balance for both of them. So you need not to worry. I think I have given an overview also that if we are going to make buyback of shares of 20 crores of face value out of the 100 crores, then these are to be done at 50 crores. We are going to sell it at 50 crores. So if we are going to, sorry, buyback, we are going to buy back at 50 crores. Then in that 30 crore is the premium amount, which I am not going to discuss yet. I will discuss later. I am talking about 20 crores. So from where you will have to arrange that 20 crore? For that you need free reserves in your balance sheet. If you have free reserves in your balance sheet, then you have to let them be dead reserve. Unko, you have to transfer them into dead reserve, which is named as CRR. CRR is a capital redemption reserve that is used for the purpose of redemption of capital, and this is named as a dead reserve, which is not utilized for any purpose except for the issue of bonus shares. So this is a reserve which is normally utilized only in bonus. Otherwise, it is not utilized. Due to that reason, it is named as capital redemption reserve. In this, we have to transfer our free reserves. If we have only 15 crores of free reserves available in our balance sheet, then you have to transfer 15 crore to CRR. Remaining 5 crore, you have to make fresh issue of shares. So we have made fresh issue of different category of shares instead of the category whatever we are going to make buyback. So due to that reason, here we have to go for fresh issue of 5 crores of shares. Now this 30 crore premium is also to be written off. How this 30 crore is to be written off? Let's understand this also. आप लोगों का रेजोल्यूशन ठीक है, देखो, मस्ट चेक योर रेजोल्यूशन ऑफ योर वीडियो, इट मस्ट बी 1080 HD resolution. You may go into settings and do it. Check your settings of your video. In that, you can increase the resolution. In that case, it will be more clear, more visible. So 30 crores we have to arrange from the, first of all, security premium, if it is available in your balance sheet. Go and check your balance sheet. If there is any security premium available with us, this is also a reserve. We know it. This is a reserve, but this is a reserve which is normally named as a capital reserve because this is security premium. So this will be utilized for the purpose of writing off the premium on issue of buyback. So it will be used. Just assume it is 20 crores available in balance sheet. Then remaining 10 crore will be arranged from free reserves if it is available. If it is not available, obviously we can't do that. So these conditions are to be satisfied first, only then buyback will be made. So now free reserves of 10 crore will be used. Now 30 crores is to be settled. Only then we can go for buyback. So we have to satisfy the conditions of buyback. There are number of conditions. This is a one condition which we have studied. Another condition we have studied that it must be maximum 25% of the total paid up capital. Next condition we have studied that the gap between any two buyback must be more than 1 year. Next condition we have studied that debt equity ratio after buyback must not be more than 2 is to 1. So these things we have studied. Here it is given. Now all things will be done by way of examples time by time. Okay. So these are the important points which we have covered. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first of all, I have tried to understand you this point. Free reserves or security premium or the proceed of any share or other specified securities. You may underline also if you have not noted down whatever we have discussed. I'm going to underline some points for you. You may also underline in your book. These are the points to be underlined by you, already discussed. Also, this is a good point which is to be underlined, to be discussed later on. Will be discussed in detail later on. This is also to be discussed later on. C point, D point, and E point. C, D, and E. 3 points very important, later on discussed. अभी डिस्कस नहीं किए हमने, बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे, इनकी एग्जांपल्स के साथ डिस्कस करेंगे. Already discussed F point, very important point. Buyback can be done only of fully paid up shares. So how buyback can be made? That for that, if you have to make fresh issue that he has given, you can make buyback from the open market. You can make it from the existing security holder by purchasing. These are just theoretical points, not coming into practical. So need not to worry. Mm. Big theory is given, but in practical point, from practical point of view, these things doesn't come in the exam. Only only 2 or 3 marks coverage is there in your 100 marks exam of theory part. Practically oriented parts are there, which I am discussing with you. Let's do a question so that you can understand it in a better way. But before that, you must have to understand the journal entries. Let's note down the journal entries with you. Journal entries for buyback of shares. First entry, when first of all we are trying to arrange cash for that by way of selling an investment. When any investment sold. So whenever investment is sold, we are getting money. So bank debit. If any loss on sale of investment, it will be debited to profit or loss account to investment. So this is everyone knows this is the price book value we can say. This is the sale price and this is the balance sheet figure. There may be profit also. If there is a profit, you may pass an entry of profit later on to P&L as a balance sheet figure. One, a few students have 2 or 3 queries also. We'll discuss it within a minute. थैंक यू सर, आपने हिंदी में जितना समझाया एक ही बार में सब क्लियर होके सेट हो गया. थैंक यू. वेरी गुड. चलो लेट्स गो फॉरवर्ड. इक्विटी शेयर्स ड्यू फॉर बायबैक. So whenever we have to make them due, entry is very simple. As equity share capital always have a credit balance, we have to debit it with the face value so that it will be reversed. And then premium payable on buyback, debit with the premium amount to Equity shares buyback account. Next entry, amount paid to equity shares, equity shares buyback account debit to bank. So very simple. We have arranged money by way of selling an investment. If it is required, it is not compulsory entry. It may be there or it may not be there because companies are keeping with them everything in cash. Instead, companies normally keeping everything by way of investment here or there. So company is going to sell the investment if they are going to issue the shares, if they are going to repay the shares. So due to that reason, they will sell the investment first. This will come as a first entry, and then they will let them due. So if we are going to pay 50 crores to the face value of equity shares of rupees 20 crores, then here it will be 20 crores, which we have already discussed. An example we have already taken, and here it will be 30 crores and total it will be 50 crores, है ना? तो ऐसे 20, 30 और 50 करोड़ हम लोग लिख देंगे. Then इसको 50 crores पे कर देंगे. Then we have to pay them 50 crores in total. This is an example which I am using now simultaneously. Then we have to create CRR. How to create CRR, that we have already discussed. For that purpose, we are going to utilize our reserves. So whatever the free reserves available with us. So here we have to debit their name, profit and loss account, general reserve, revenue reserve, any reserve, whatever is used for the purpose of dividend, debit, because we have to write it off to CRR, capital redemption reserve. So this is to be solved. This is to be checked by way of equation or by way of you may say pre-planning, pre-planned working. ये pre-planned working हम करेंगे इसकी. वो I will discuss with you when we will do some example. Like in the previous case, I have done this. Here I have done for you that in this case, free reserves is 15 crores available with us. So in this case, we will write here 15 crores. Okay. So this is the way how we'll use it. Maybe you have noted it down. सबने note down कर लिया होगा. फास्ट नोट डाउन करो. पानी दो. पड़ा हुआ है. अच्छा, गिलास में डाला नहीं हुआ, डाला होगा उसमें. पूरा वो डाल दो, काम बढ़िया. Fifth entry is there when fresh issue is made. So if you are going to make some fresh issue of preference shares or some different type of shares, like we can also issue shares to the employees that is called ESOPs, implied stock option plans, that is of different way. Okay, that is also allowed to be issued. So fresh issue कर रहे हैं हम लोग. So that is preference. We may do it like this. Bank account debit to preference share capital, or it may be ESOPs. I have already discussed with you. Implied stock option plans. This is basically the equity shares given to the employees of the company. So it is always assumed as a different type of shares. It is not assumed as the same type of shares. So it must be different from the original ones. To preference share capital or ESOPs to security premium. If it has been issued at a premium, means you are going to issue shares, but those are issuing at a premium. Like you are going to issue shares for rupees 15 crores. Out of this, 10 crore is the face value of the shares which have been issued by you, and 5 crore is the premium received on that. In that case, you will write here 15 crores, and here you will write 10 crores, and here you will write 5 crores, beta. Then sixth point, when security premium is written off. So security premium, if any, paid by you on the fresh issue or on the buyback of shares, then it is to be written off. This is named as premium payable on buyback. So we have to write off premium payable on buyback from security premium. Security premium always have a credit balance, so it will be debited. Security premium account debit to premium payable on buyback. So this security premium may be security premium available in balance sheet or received from fresh issue. Like this 5 crore has been received from fresh issue. Simultaneously, it may be there that some security premium is available with us in our balance sheet also. So that may be used also. It may be 10 crores, 5 this one, 5 may be lying with us in our balance sheet. And we need it. How much we need otherwise? We need 30 crores. So it has to be written off. Now, if security premium is not sufficient, then what you have to do? Then you have to use free reserves also. Free reserves, debit. Whatever free reserves are available, obviously these conditions are to be satisfied first, only then we can go for the issue, and only then journal entries are to be passed. So these are to be checked in first instance. पहले हम सब कुछ चेक करेंगे, चेक करके सारी प्लानिंग करेंगे, फिर हम लोग फ्रेश इशू में जाएंगे, फिर हम लोग ये सब बायबैक करेंगे, अदरवाइज हम बायबैक नहीं करेंगे. Hmm. Sir, we need to transfer the premium amount. Sir, we need to transfer the premium amount. Yes, premium amount is also to be written off. Sir, please explain first journal entry once again. First journal entry was for the sale of investment. It is a simple entry which is normally passed by all of you when you are selling any asset. ये वही एंट्री है बैंक टू एसेट. बेचते थे ना एसेट, तो एसेट बेचेंगे, बैंक टू एसेट एंट्री आएगी. जो भी बैलेंस फिगर होगी वो प्रॉफिट लॉस में राइट ऑफ कर देंगे. दैट्स इट. ठीक है ना बेटा? डन सर. वन क्वेश्चन. आर यू फ्रॉम हरियाणा? नहीं, आई एम फ्रॉम लुधियाना. ओके, पंजाब. Is creation of equity share buyback compulsory, or can a direct entry be passed? Is creation of equity share buyback compulsory, or can it? Beta, whatever entries I am passing, these are given according to the system whatever is used for this purpose. I'm not making my own. This is a system which is applicable in case of company's law, so you have to go by this system only. Don't do any other system. Like these two entries I have passed, one is this one, second is this one. So these can't be adjusted with each other. We have to pass two entries. First of all, we have to make them due and then we have to pay them, because this is a system. यस सर, नोट कर लिया. ओके सर, वाई बायबैक अमाउंट इज डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम इक्विटी कैपिटल rather full amount from reserves? Why buyback amount is deducted from equity capital? Maybe you doesn't understand, Venkataraman. Basically, what meant for buyback, we will do a question from there. You will understand that company have issued issued capital of 10,000 shares in the market. Company is going to get back its 5,000 shares from the market, or company is going to get back its 2,000 shares from the market. That is called buyback. Company is going to buy back its shares. Means, abhi, I would like to give you an example that you have sold clothes to the people and then you get back your clothes and given them the money. So this is a system like that. Now that amount is to be adjusted from free reserves. That is a adjustment that is just for the purpose of bookish working. That is our internal working. That is not for the public. Okay. I think all entries are done. Okay. So let's take an example so that we can understand the practical question also. Let's do illustration number two. Anu Limited, a non-listed company. This is the illustration number two of your book. Anu Limited, a non-listed company, furnishes you with the following balance sheet as at 31st of March 2011. So what he says, equity share capital is of 100 crores. Reserve and surplus is of 300 crores. Now current liability is also given. Assets are given to you. Current assets, liabilities, everything is given to you. Detail is given to you. Out of the 100 crores of your equity shares, 75 100 crores of your capital, 75 crore belongs to redeemable preference shares. Okay. And 25 crore belongs to equity shares, which are fully paid up. You people all have your books with you, no? Everyone is having their books ना. आपके पास बुक्स है ना बेटा? बैक्स बुक्स में से कर रहे हो ना? साथ साथ में बुक अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए, या ये चीज ओपन करके रखो, वहां से देखो. इट विल बी मैंडेटरी, तभी फायदा होगा. सो 25 crore is the equity shares with you. Now capital reserve is there, 15 crore. Capital reserve is not a revenue reserve in routine. It's not a free reserve in routine normally. Security premium, revenue reserves, these are the revenue reserves. Revenue reserve is another name of free reserves. Note it down. Revenue reserve is another name of free reserve. So here free reserves are worth rupees 260 crores only. Okay, assets are there, non-current investments are there. So these are non-current investment of rupees 100 crore, but their market value is 400 crore. If they will be sold, we will earn profit of 300 crores. So company is going to redeem preference shares also. This is an important point which has come into the picture this time. We'll discuss later. Just wait. Because this one line has created a problem for all of you. Because this one line is a line which is going to put a stamp on my point, which I have already discussed with you, that you must have to do redemption of preferential chapter from your book. You must have to do debentures from your book. You must have to do issue of shares from your book. Okay. It also bought back 50 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at rupees 50 per share. So this is going to buy back 50 lakh equity shares. How much equity shares are there? See here it is. They have 25 crores of equity shares having face value of rupees 10 each. So it means for they have 2.5 crore equity shares. Out of that, they are going to buy back 50 lakh equity shares. So how much it is? 50 lakh इक्विटी शेयर्स को ये लोग बाय बैक करने जा रहे हैं. सो 50 लाख डिवाइड बाय 2 करोड़, 50 लैक्स, 2.5 करोड़, और यू में से 250 लैक्स, 250 लैक्स. So this is approximately 20%. Okay. So if they are going to make it more than 25%, we can't do it. We can't do it. याद रखने वाली बात है कि 25% से ज्यादा हम लोग इक्विटी शेयर्स को बायबैक नहीं कर सकते. वी कांट बाय बैक मोर देन 25% ऑफ अवर इक्विटी शेयर्स. हियर दे आर गोइंग टू डू 25%. सो कंडीशन इज सेटिस्फाइड. दिस इज द फर्स्ट कंडीशन यू विच यू मस्ट हैव टू सी. नोट इट डाउन. आई एम हैविंग एन अनयूजुअल स्टोमक एच. ओके, राइट इट डाउन विद यू. नाउ पेमेंट फॉर द above payment for the above redemption above buyback were made by out of the huge bank balances which appeared as a current asset. So they are not going to sell any investment. They are going to pay it from their bank balance that is available with them. So there is no worry. Now we have to pass journal entries to record the above. Okay. So we'll discuss from here. Start from third entry, buyback. Okay. Preference share we will do later. Buyback, first of all, we have to let them due, but they have not done it. So you may do it at your own. Basically, they have done in different way. You may understand this also. This is also good thing. They have written it like this: being 50 lakh equity shares bought back at 50 per share. First of all, they have made the payment by way of 50 lakh equity shares at rupees 50 per share. And the entry is equity share buyback account debit to bank account. Because we have purchased equity shares, so equity share account debit to credit the giver bank. So entry is 25 crores. Now, how this amount is to be calculated? 50 lakh equity shares at rupees 10 each. This is the face value. And obviously, if these are to be bought back at 50, that means for 40 is the premium. So this rupees 40 is directly written off from security premium. But what we have passed an entry premium payable on buyback, which is later written off from security premium account. So this is the right word which is used, premium payable on buyback. Okay, because in this book you will find different questions in different way because they have been prepared by different persons. So due to that reason, wording is different somewhere. To shares buyback. Okay, account. So 25 crore is there, and then this much amount is to be arranged. इसको arrange कहाँ से करना है? Let's see. Let's see whether you have free reserves available with you. Yes. We have equity share capital of rupees 5 crores, which is to be buyback. So we need 5 crore from here. So here, whatever we have to do, we have sufficient amount of revenue reserves available with us. These are the free reserves of rupees 260 crore. But we need comparatively very less amount. So there is no worry. Everything can be done from there. इसमें से सब कुछ हो सकता है. आपके पास रेवेन्यू रिजर्व्स काफी ज्यादा अमाउंट के पड़े हैं. देखो आपके पास अगर आप ध्यान दो तो रेवेन्यू रिजर्व जो 260 करोड़ का पड़ा है उसमें से अगर हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ 5 करोड़ चाहिए तो इजीली मिल जाएगा, इतने का हम सीआरआर क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। सो देयर इज नो वरी। 5 करोड़ का अपने को सीआरआर क्रिएट करना है। वी हैव टू क्रिएट सीआरआर फॉर रुपीज 5 करोड़ फॉर दिस मच। Okay, so this is the entry revenue reserve account debit to CRR, to capital redemption reserve of 5 crores. Okay, but he has done of rupees 80 crores. Why? Because whatever we have studied, it is 100% similar in case of redeemable preference shares, except some technical points which we are not going to discuss today. So you must have to see that all the entries, whatever we have discussed in buyback of shares, are same in preference shares also. We are going to redeem preference shares also. He has already given you. It has bought back. The company redeemed preference shares on 1st of April 2011. So see here it is. We have 75 we have 75 crores of preference shares available with us, which are fully paid up. These are to be redeemed. And equity shares also redeem, also bought back only which are fully paid up. This is a condition which you have to keep it into your mind. Preference shares are also those preference shares can be redeemed which are fully paid up. So ये ध्यान रखने वाली बात है कि सिर्फ fully paid up को ही आपने redeem करना होता है। तो 75 करोड़ ये आपने करा है, तो इसके लिए भी सेम एंट्रीज रहेंगी जो एंट्रीज आपने इक्विटी शेयर्स में डाली थी। अगर आपको याद हो, इक्विटी शेयर में एंट्री क्या थी? इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल टू इक्विटी शेयर बायबैक अकाउंट। तो यहां पर क्या है? प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल टू प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर अकाउंट, इतना ही डिफरेंस है। इन केस ऑफ प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स एंट्री इज नॉट टू मच डिफरेंट हियर। द एंट्री इज प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट टू प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर अकाउंट with the amount to be returned, with the amount to be paid to the preference shareholders, and they are paid off. Preference shareholders account debit to bank account. So these are the two entries which you have to pass. In the same way, we have discussed the entries for equity shares. You may note it down with you also if you are interested to note it down. And then we have to create CRR in the same way. We have to write off security premium in the same way. Whatever the way we are using in equity shares, the same way is in case of preference shares. So need not to worry. See here it is. We are going to create CRR now. Now we need CRR of rupees 75 crore for preference shares. Okay. And 5 crore for equity shares. Okay. So the combined entry is passed. Revenue reserve is written off by rupees 80 crores and the amount is transferred to CRR, means make dead. इसको dead कर दिया। अब ये रिजर्व हमारे डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ डिविडेंड के लिए यूटिलाइज नहीं हो पाएगा। सो इट कैंट बी यूटिलाइज फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ डिविडेंड लेटर ऑन, ड्यू टू दैट रीजन इट हैज बीन मेड डेड बाय ट्रांसफरिंग टू सीआरआर अकाउंट। ओके, now how premium is to be written off? We have paid premium of rupees 20 crores. Okay, if we are going to pass an entry premium payable on buyback debit, if we have passed these entries in this way, premium payable on buyback debit to here entry is passed as equity share capital security premium to share buyback. We are passing in this way: equity share capital account debit, that is 520, to equity shares buyback account 25 crores. In that case, this is to be written off. Premium payable on buyback is to be written off. From where it is to be written off? See, check it out. वेदर वी हैव सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम अवेलेबल इन द बैलेंस शीट और नॉट। क्या हमारे पास सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम अवेलेबल है बैलेंस शीट में? बिकॉज हमें प्रीमियम को राइट ऑफ करना है। तो चेक करो, हमारे पास सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम है। वी हैव सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम अवेलेबल इन अवर बैलेंस शीट वर्थ रुपीज 25 करोड़। सो दिस विल बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ राइटिंग ऑफ द प्रीमियम। इसको प्रीमियम राइट ऑफ करने के लिए हम यूटिलाइज करेंगे। सो प्रीमियम is to be written off from it. Security premium account debit to premium payable on buyback, 20 crores. In this case, now your security premium available in your balance sheet will automatically reduce by 20 crores. बीस परसेंट कैसे आया? एक बच्चे ने पूछा है कि 20% कैसे आया है। तो मैं बता देता हूं कि हमारे पास जो 25 करोड़ की कैपिटल थी, इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल, उसमें से हम 5 करोड़ के शेयर्स को बायबैक कर रहे हैं। 50 लाख शेयर्स जिनकी फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपीज की बेस पर 5 करोड़ की बनती है। तो मुझे फटाफट निकाल के बताओ, 5 करोड़ अगेंस्ट 25 करोड़ कितना परसेंटेज होता है बेटा? इट इज 20%। ओके, कि आप लोग जो इक्विटी शेयर्स को बायबैक कर रहे हो वो कितने कर रहे हो? 20% आउट ऑफ द टोटल। सो a student have asked a query that how 20% is calculated, that I have discussed earlier also. Out of this 20 crore, 5 crore of your equity capital available in your balance sheet, 5 crore is bought back. Due to that reason, it will be 20% of this total one. 5 divided by 25 beta. How reserve and surplus will be 280. Let's wait for the balance sheet. I'll come to balance sheet. Don't worry. Just understand it slowly. I think you people have noted down. Now coming to balance sheet. Okay. चलो बैलेंस शीट बनाते हैं यहीं पर। Let's discuss the balance sheet here. Here in your new balance sheet, what will happen? This 75 crore will become zero because now preference shares are no more in the balance sheet. This equity shares will reduce by 5 and automatically, because we have redeemed 75 crore, balance is zero. Here we have by bought back 5 crore, so balance 20 crore will go into balance sheet. Capital reserve, we have not touched the capital reserve in any way, so it has not been utilized. It will remain as it is in the balance sheet. Security premium, everyone knows that we have used security premium for the purpose of writing premium payable on buyback here. Here we have utilized 20 crore. So that means for, if we have used 20 crores, then it will be reduced by 20 crore. Balance 5 crore is there. Now how much revenue reserve we have used, that you have to check. एक बार देखेंगे रेवेन्यू रिजर्व कितना यूटिलाइज कर लिया। जस्ट टेल मी फास्ट, हाउ मच रेवेन्यू रिजर्व यू हैव ऑलरेडी यूटिलाइज्ड? फास्ट फास्ट फास्ट। रेवेन्यू रिजर्व यूटिलाइज कितना कर लिया हमने, बताओ बेटा। सर जी, इन दिस illustration we will solve one in journal entry and second balance sheet. Exactly beta, you have to do it. Mr. Devraj, very good, very good, got very good answers from number of students. Let's discuss and find it out whether it is right or wrong. uh, we have used CRR, revenue reserves, for the purpose of creating CRR. This is 80 crores. You may see your journal entries. So it will be 180 crores. And simultaneously, one more reserve will come into balance sheet, that is named as CRR, capital reserve, because capital redemption reserve is also coming into balance sheet for 80 crores. See, this is a new reserve which will appear in the balance sheet. Okay. So no changes in this property, plant and equipment. It will remain as it is, 100 crore minus 100 crore less provision for depreciation. So it will be zero. Okay. It will remain zero. Okay. So you may make it totaled here 200, 300. It is 300 crores. Okay. As it is, whatever it was earlier. You may see that it remains same, 300 crores. Okay. Tally it with your balance sheet. Very good answers. Tally it with your balance sheet. The new balance sheet which you have to prepare. Maybe you have noted it down. I may. Chalo, let's continue. Then we have non-current investment worth rupees 100 crore. It will remain as it is in the balance sheet. Okay. Now coming to your original balance, the first end of your balance sheet. Trade payables will remain same of rupees 40 crore. This will also show into your balance sheet. Equity share capital will reduce. So this 300 crore will remain 300 crore as it is. Okay. Simultaneously, trade payable will come as it is 40 crores. ये भी आपके बाहर as it is आ जाएंगे. And then trade receivable will be as same as that 140 crores. Cash and cash equivalent. This will also change because company has made payment out of this cash and cash equivalent. How much cash and cash equivalent will be there? First, how much cash is utilized by us? कितना cash utilize किया हमने? Fast, fast. कितना cash? Fast. Whatever bank is used for payment, that is called cash utilized. So how much amount is paid to the equity shareholder, that you may check from your journal entries. So whatever bank is paid or whatever plus or minus is there due to the reason of debit or credit of your bank, because all we know that whenever any asset is debited, it will be added, it will increase. Whenever asset is credited, it will decrease. So wherever bank is debited, it will increase. Wherever bank is credited, it will decrease. So tell me how much it is. Students are saying 100 crores. Check it out. ये पेड कितना पे किया था आपने? ये पेड 75 crore, या ये पेड 100 crore, एग्जैक्टली राइट. सो minus 100 crore. So balance 100 crore will appear into your balance sheet. Okay. So see whether your balance sheet is okay or you have to do something else. Check it out. Is there any amount different in your balance sheet? Balance sheet में कुछ भी फर्क है तो बता दो अभी. Check your balance sheet and tell me whether it is 100% accurate. New balance sheet. See, here it is. Share capital okay, reserve and surplus okay, trade payables okay, everything is okay, everything is clear. Is it tallied? देखो आपकी बैलेंस शीट बन गई. चलो let's have a rest for 10 minutes, then we'll come back. Munish ji, could we have a break? Munish ji, are you available? Welcome back after the break. So let's start. Another one more question I would like to discuss with you. Illustration number three. Let's discuss illustration number three also. Yes. So this you have to do. Illustration number three, you have to do fast. We have to do it within only 5 minutes in a very speedy manner. Okay, delimited and non-listed company furnishes the following balance sheet as at 31st of March. So here share capital and reserves are given to you. Trade payable is given to you. Property, etc., inventories, trade receivable is given to you. Now, this is a detail which will help us to understand the question that there are authorized, issued, and subscribed capital, which is fully paid up, worth rupees 2500 lakhs. This is in lakhs, na? देखो एक बार check कर लो कि ये lakhs में in thousands. It's in thousands. So it is 2500 thousands means 25 lakhs. So we have equity shares worth rupees 25 lakhs with us. Simultaneously, we have issued preference shares worth rupees 2 lakhs. So these shares are issued 2 months back for the purpose of buyback. So for the purpose of buyback, if we have issued any shares, that means for that is going to clear the equation. What is the equation with us? Go for the equation. We will discuss it. What was the equation? Face value of equity shares to be buyback divide is equal to face value of fresh issue plus CRR. So that equation will help us to understand the question now. Let's talk on that. एक बार देखते हैं बेटा. Company passed a resolution to buy back 20% of its equity shares at rupees 50 per share. So company has how many shares with it? Company has 2,50,000 shares. So company is going to buy back 2,50,000 into 20% shares. That means for company is going to buy back 50,000 equity shares at rupees 50 per share. Okay. So that he is saying if company is going to buy back 50,000 equity shares at rupees 50 each, that means for company have to pay 2,50,000 shares into 20%, 50,000 shares at the rate of 50 each, it is given with you. So 50,000 shares we have to buy back. So these shares are to buy back. Face value of shares is rupees 10 per share, that is 5 lakhs. And premium which you have to pay on these shares is rupees 40 per shares because these are going to be buyback at rupees 50 per share. So 10 rupees is the face value. From where you will check it out? Here it is given to you. What is the face value? 10 rupees each. So remaining 40 is the premium which you have to pay. So it is 20 lakhs. Okay, clear? Now we have to solve a equation. What is the equation? Equation says that this should be equivalent to face value of fresh issue plus CRR to be created by us. So what is the face value of fresh issue? That is given to you that we have issued 2,000 equity shares at the rate of 100 per share. So we have received 2 lakh rupees for that. So this 2 lakh rupees is available with me. So how much is the balance? Balance is 3 lakh. How it is calculated? 5 lakh minus 2 lakh. 5 लाख रुपया आपको टोटल चाहिए. देखो ना हमने 50,000 शेयर्स को बाय बैक करना है. 25 लाख रुपए हमें टोटल चाहिए. ये 25 लाख हम कहाँ से रेंज करेंगे? 25 लाख में से 5 लाख तो फेस वैल्यू है और 20 लाख क्या है? प्रीमियम है. अब जो 5 लाख रुपीज फेस वैल्यू है, इसके लिए क्या करेंगे, इसके लिए 2 लाख का तो फ्रेश इशू यूटिलाइज कर लेंगे, और बाकी बैलेंस जो 3 लाख हमें चाहिए वो हम सीआरआर क्रिएट करेंगे। सीआरआर क्रिएट किससे करना है, फ्री रिजर्व्स में से। क्या मेरे पास 3 लाख के फ्री रिजर्व अवेलेबल है? टू अरेंज दिस 5 लाख रुपीज आई हैव 2 लाख रुपीज ऑफ फ्रेश इशू अवेलेबल विद मी। सो बैलेंस 3 लाख इज अवेलेबल विद मी फ्री बाय वे ऑफ फ्री रिजर्व, यस और नो? बताओ अभी, जस्ट टेल मी whether you can create CRR worth rupees 3 lakh, yes or no? What is CRR? Revenue reserve. So how much revenue reserve is available with you? 3,000 into 1,000. So it means for, it is 30 lakhs. I have free reserves, revenue reserve available with me, rupees 30 lakhs. Out of this 30 lakh, you may easily use 3 lakh. There's no problem. So we will create CRR worth rupees 3 lakh from revenue reserve, which is available with me for rupees 30 lakhs minus 3 lakh CRR. Okay. Now tell me from where this 20 lakh will be arranged. सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम जो मुझे पे करना है, इसको मैं कहां से यूटिलाइज करूंगा? वी नो इट विल बी यूटिलाइज फ्रॉम security premium. It will be written off from security premium. Now how much security premium is available with me? See, here it is. I have 22 lakhs of security premium available with me. How much I require? I require 20 lakhs. So it means for, I can easily utilize, I can easily write off premium from the security premium available with me. तो सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम मेरे पास अवेलेबल है 22 लाख का, उसमें से मैं 22 लैक्स 20 लैक्स को यूटिलाइज कर लूंगा, बाकी 2 लाख बैलेंस शीट में चला जाएगा। सो दिस विल बी रिटन ऑफ फ्रॉम सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम बेटा। You have 30 lakhs of revenue reserve available with you, not 3 lakh. Okay. So now your equation comes to the end, that this 50 lakh rupees, this 50,000 into 50, that is 25 lakh rupees, is arranged by way of 20 lakh by way of premium and 5 lakh by way of face value. So accordingly, journal entries are to be passed by you. So what will be the first journal entry to be passed by you? For that, he has already made you clear that I need funds also. For this purpose, I sold investment for rupees 22 lakhs. How much is the value of investment lying with me? See, I have investment worth rupees. Yes, I have investments worth rupees 3,000, means 30 lakhs. How it is clear? See, here it is. Always start the question from here. Try to understand this also. Is it in thousands? Is it in lakhs? Is it in crores? So whatever the amount is, you will have to understand it. So this is not 3,000. This is 3,000 into 1,000. So if it is 3,000 into 1,000, that means for it is 30 lakhs. Okay. 3 zeros you have to add. Now it is 30 lakhs. So this is of rupees 30 lakhs, which has been sold for rupees 22 lakhs, and there is a loss of rupees 8 lakh. Is that clear? We not use revenue reserve in this question. Can we not use revenue reserve in this question? Yes, yes, free reserves can be utilized. There is no problem because revenue reserve is utilized now. We have already utilized that beta. That I am saying that you have used free reserves of rupees 3 lakh. Actually, what happens when he has already made an issue of equity shares, then it is your responsibility to calculate the amount of fresh amount of reserves to be utilized for CRR. When he has given you the amount of free reserves with you, but that is not sufficient, then you have to go for fresh issue yourself. Like there are two types of question which will come to you. दो तरह के क्वेश्चंस आपको आएंगे बेटा. One type of question will be where he is going to give you the amount of fresh issue to you. In that case, what you will assume that face value of buyback is equal to face value of fresh issue plus free reserves used for CRR. This is the equation. Now here in this equation, it is 5 lakhs beta. It is 2 lakh already given to you. And this is X. So X is equal to 3 lakh, which is equal to free reserves used for CRR. If in this case, if it is a different question, चलो let's understand it in Hindi also now. यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन में उसने कहा कि 5 लाख रुपया मुझे चाहिए. उसके लिए 2 लाख का उसने फ्रेश इशू खुद बता दिया. तो मैंने इक्वेशन बनाई अपनी. मेरी इक्वेशन क्या कहती है? फेस वैल्यू ऑफ बायबैक 5 लाख, फेस वैल्यू ऑफ फ्रेश इशू 2 लाख, और फ्री रिजर्व जितने मैंने यूज करने हैं उसको मैंने एक्स मान लिया. अब इसका मतलब ये बनता है मेरा जो एक्स है वो 3 लाख है. 5 - 2. तो मुझे फ्री रिजर्व्स को कितना यूटिलाइज करना है? 3 लाख से. अगर इस क्वेश्चन में सिचुएशन डिफरेंट होती, इफ देर इज सम डिफरेंट सिचुएशन इन दिस क्वेश्चन, लाइक इफ फ्री रिजर्व रेवेन्यू रिजर्व अवेलेबल इन बैलेंस शीट is only 1 lakh. No fresh issue amount is given. He has not mentioned how much fresh issue is to be done. Then what you will do? You will go for this equation once again. Here you will write 5 lakhs is equal to fresh issue X plus free reserve used for CRR, that is 1 lakh. Then X is equal to 4 lakhs. Okay, after then we will pass starting journal entries. अगर रेवेन्यू रिजर्व आपको बैलेंस शीट में 30 लाख का ना होता, इन दिस केस हाउ मच इज द अमाउंट ऑफ रेवेन्यू रिजर्व विद यू? कितना रेवेन्यू रिजर्व अवेलेबल है आपके पास? चेक करो. 30 लाख का. अगर ये 30 लाख ना होता, ये सिर्फ आपका 100 होता. 100 के पीछे 3 zeros लगाते हैं हम लोग, ये 1 लाख बन जाता. अगर ये 1 लाख होता तो क्या होता? तो हम ये करते, हम कहते कि रेवेन्यू रिजर्व तो मेरे पास सिर्फ 1 लाख है. तो मैं इस इक्वेशन में क्या करता, यहाँ डालता 5 लाख रुपीज फेस वैल्यू ऑफ बायबैक, और फ्रेश इशू मैंने अभी दिया नहीं हुआ. मान लो इस क्वेश्चन में फ्रेश इशू है ही नहीं. ये जो लिखा हुआ ना कि फ्रेश इशू कर रहे हैं हम लोग, ये ना होता, ये ना होता इसमें. तो इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन? इस केस में क्या होता? तो उस केस में हम लोग इसको एक्स मान लेते, और यहां पर हम 1 लाख डाल देते जो मैक्सिमम हम सीआरआर क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. बिकॉज सीआरआर तो मैक्सिमम कितना हो सकता है? जितना मेरे पास फ्री रिजर्व है. तो मेरे पास फ्री रिजर्व 5 लाख से कम है, तो इसलिए मैंने पूरा यूटिलाइज कर लेना है उस केस में. 1 लाख का 1 लाख मैंने पूरा यूज कर लिया. अब बैलेंस 4 लाख मैं कहाँ से अरेंज करूंगा? उसके लिए मेरे पास यहाँ पर एक पॉइंट लिखा होता, क्वेश्चन में लिखा होता है कि वट एवर इज रिक्वायर्ड इशू फ्रेश शेयर्स एट द रेट ऑफ दिस. इस रेट पे आप फ्रेश इशू कर लो, ये लिखा होता है, क्वेश्चन में दिया होता है. ऐसे क्वेश्चन भी है. अगर आप प्रेफरेंस शेयर चैप्टर करोगे तो उसमें ऐसे क्वेश्चन बहुत मिलेंगे आपको. सेम ही होता है प्रेफरेंस शेयर, रिडम्पशन वाला और ये वाला चैप्टर, इसमें काफी चीजें सिमिलर हैं. अब कल जो हम करेंगे वो डिफरेंट रहेंगे. कल काफी चीजें हम नहीं करेंगे. आज काफी चीजें सिमिलर हैं जो रिडम्पशन और प्रेफरेंस शेयर में थी. Now, in that case, we have to calculate that how much fresh issues to be done. उस केस में हम लोग निकालते, खुद कैलकुलेट करते, तो वो 4 लाख आता, क्योंकि एक्स इज इक्वल टू कितना होता, 5 - 1। एक्स इज इक्वल टू क्या होगा, 5 - 1 इज इक्वल टू 4, नहीं हो जाएगा? तो फिर 4 लाख हो जाता। तो 4 लाख का हम फ्रेश इशू निकाल देते। फिर हम उसकी फ्रेश इशू की खुद एंट्री डालते कि हमने 4 लाख का फ्रेश इशू करा है। बिकॉज उस केस में उसने हमें राइट दिया होगा कि आप फ्रेश इशू खुद कर लो, जितना चाहिए उतना करो। तो उसकी हम फेस वैल्यू के हिसाब से उसको 4 लाख का इशू कर देते। ओके अपर्णा, दिस इज जस्ट अ कैलकुलेशन, दिस इज नॉट एन assumption इफ दैट सिचुएशन विल बी देयर। अगर वो सिचुएशन होती तो। सो इन द गिवन केस, व्हाट विल बी द फर्स्ट एंट्री? टेल मी, पहली एंट्री क्या डालोगे? फर्स्ट, इन द गिवन केस इट इज वेरी सिंपल। फर्स्ट एंट्री विल बी, वी विल सेल इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, बैंक टू इन्वेस्टमेंट, 4 rupees 22 lakhs, loss is there, 4 rupees 8 lakhs, two investments, 4 rupees 30 lakhs. Second entry, we are going to make buyback because fresh issue has already been done. So this entry is already passed. When we have to make buyback, entry is very simple. Equity share capital debit, premium on buyback debit. This is 5 lakh. This is 20 lakh. To equity share buyback account, 25 lakhs. Then we will make the payment to them. So then amount is very much clear. कितनी पेमेंट देनी है हमने? In that case, amount will be easily clear to us. Equity share buyback account debit to bank, 25 lakhs. Now we have to create CRR, revenue reserve account debit to CRR. How much is the amount of CRR? The amount of CRR is already calculated by us. This is 3 lakhs, which has already been calculated by us. हमने निकाली थी 3 lakh amount. Premium is to be written off from security premium account. So is there any security premium account given to us? Yes, it is 2200 lakhs, 22 lakhs. So security premium will be utilized for the purpose of writing of premium on redemption. Security premium account debit to premium on redemption. A premium on buyback, sorry. 20 lakhs. That's it. Entries are complete. Accordingly, balance sheet will be prepared. Very simple and sober. Is that clear to everyone? देखो ये क्लियर हुआ यहां तक? Illustration number 4 we will do only when you will study chapter of redemption and issue of debentures. So I think that you will do tomorrow. After then, illustration number 4 is to be done. Otherwise, illustration number 4 will be difficult to you to understand because it includes redemption of debentures also, which is something new. Investment in debentures, ESOPs, all are there. Send your feedback fast. Is everything is clear or having any doubt? So let's come to the next point, illustration number 5. Illustration number 5. Good illustration. So for this illustration number 5, we have to understand those concepts of debt equity ratio, which is to be not more than 2 is to 1 after buyback. We have to keep it into our mind. And simultaneously, one more thing is there, that the issue of equity shares must be 25% or less than that. So these 2 points are to be kept into mind, because it's a practical case study on that. I assure you that there is a 90% plus chances that we will get either 2 or 3 MCQs from this chapter, or we'll get a proper one question from this chapter of approximately 10 marks. So you must have to do it with seriousness. चैप्टर बड़ा मजेदार है, नई नई चीजें सीखने को मिल रही हैं. सर, इन लास्ट जर्नल एंट्री, creation of CRR amount is 30. No, CRR is created for rupees 3 lakh only. See, here it is. We have to buy back only 50,000 shares at the rate of 10 each. So it is 5 lakh which is required to us for the purpose of redemption. Face value of shares to be redeemed is 5 lakh only, out of which 2 lakh is available with us by way of fresh issue, and balance is the amount of rupees 3 lakh. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Also, I have made it clear by way of equation, which now I have already deleted from here. So 3 lakh is the balance amount, 5 lakh minus 2 lakh. So CRR is to be created for 3 lakh, not 30. When we are selling investment for buyback purpose for rupees 22 lakh, then we only need 30 lakh. That should be taken from revenue reserve and security premium reserve in proportion of remaining shares under amount of rupees 3 lakh. Aparna, we must have to clear one thing. There are two sides of your balance sheet. One is the asset side, second is the liability side. Investment is sold for the purpose of arrangement of cash, because we need cash. Second is we must have to keep our debentures and other liabilities intact. Otherwise, they will go and sue us in the court that we must have to repay their amount. Because once they will feel that company is going to repay its capital, they will say, first of all, pay your outsider liabilities. Then you should have to pay your capital, because this is a rule. You know the rule, that why owners are going to come out of this company, owners are going to be switched off this company, and we are going to do that by way of our liabilities only. So our liabilities, our trade creditors, our debenture holders, our loan bankers will tell us to repay the amount. Due to that reason, we must have to prove them that this amount which we are going to pay them is their right only, is the right of the equity shareholders only. What is their right? Their right is the amount available for them lying in the balance sheet. So in their balance sheet, we have already revenue reserve available with us. So whatever revenue reserve is available with us, that is utilized for the purpose of redemption. That is utilized for the purpose of buyback. In redemption of preference share, also same thing is there, because we can't repay the preference shareholder until and unless we have not paid our liabilities, our debentures. But we are going to do that. So we must have to prove them that we are not going to take any penny from their amount. We are going to take this amount because we have a balance sheet, two sides. Everyone knows it's a liability side, it's a asset side. So what happens? I have in my balance sheet reserve and surplus. In that reserve and surplus, I am keeping general reserve. So whatever general reserve is there, that is the right of the equity shareholders. I have 5 crores of general reserve available with me. Now this is lying. What it is? This is the liability side. This is the name of the reserve, but this is lying with us by way of bank 2 crore or investments 3 crore. ये पैसा मेरे पास उस रूप में नहीं पड़ा हुआ जिस रूप में आप सोच रहे हो. दिस इज द वन थिंग विच आई एम शोइंग. दिस इज द अनदर थिंग विच आई एम शोइंग. सो here this general reserve will be made dead by transferring to CRR. This is not cash. This cash is lying here. तभी तो बैलेंस शीट मिलेगी. टू टेली योर बैलेंस शीट यू हैव टू एक्सट्रैक्ट दैट अमाउंट फ्रॉम बोथ साइड. So here equity shares are there. So equity shares are worth rupees 50 crores. Now what I am going to do, I am going to reduce it by 5 crores. It will remain as rupees 45 crore. And I will reduce that 5 crore from this. So if my total bank balance is 20 crore, out of which 2 crore is the bank of general reserve lying with me, it means for 18 crore will remain balance. So here how much will be reduced? 5 crore. Here this is 20 plus 3, 23 crores. Out of that 23 minus 5, 18 will be left. So in both side, asset side and liability side, 5 crore will reduce. General reserve will not come out of the balance sheet. It will remain in the balance sheet by another name. The new name will be CRR. So general reserve will change its name only. उसको हमने सिर्फ डेड करना है, पर रहेगा वहीं पर. वो अपनी प्लेस नहीं छोड़ रहा. वो अपना रिजर्व एंड सरप्लस के हेड के अंडर पड़ा, वो लाइबिलिटी साइड में पड़ा रहेगा. ये थोड़ा ध्यान से करने वाला काम होता है. इसमें थोड़ा आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि कैश एक अलग चीज है और रिजर्व्स को यूटिलाइज करना अलग चीज है. रिजर्व को डेड किया जा रहा है कि ये जो पैसा 5 करोड़ रुपया है, हम लोग हमारे राइट का है, हमारे इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स के राइट का है, इधर पड़ा हुआ है, इसको हम यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं. यूटिलाइज करने के लिए इधर से 5 करोड़ जब निकालेंगे तो हमारे डिवेंचर होल्डर्स ना बोलें, इसीलिए हमने 5 करोड़ का अपना डिविडेंड पे से राइट छोड़ दिया. अदरवाइज ये 5 करोड़ मेरा था. किसका था? ओनर का था. क्योंकि जब भी कंपनी बंद होगी ये 5 करोड़ मुझे मिलेगा, ओनर को मिलेगा. तो मैंने कहा मैं 5 करोड़ छोड़ देता हूं क्योंकि मैं 5 करोड़ मुझे अभी मिल रहा है. तो हम लोग डिविडेंड का पैसा जो है सिर्फ उसी पैसे को यूटिलाइज करते हैं. इसलिए लाइबिलिटी साइड भी हिलानी पड़ेगी, एसेट साइड भी हिलानी पड़ेगी. लाइबिलिटी साइड में से वो पैसा सीआरआर में ट्रांसफर किया जाता ताकि ये जो रिडम्पशन हो रही है, ये जो बायबैक हो रहा है, ये बायबैक आउट ऑफ प्रॉफिट हो, बायबैक आउट ऑफ कैपिटल ना हो. दिस इज अनदर पॉइंट विच यू हैव टू कीप इट इन टू योर माइंड. एक होता है आउट ऑफ कैपिटल. इफ वी आर मेकिंग एनी पेमेंट आउट ऑफ कैपिटल, दैट मीन्स फॉर दैट इज गोइंग टू रिड्यूस ओवर कैपिटल and simultaneously cash. Means if equity shares are simply paid off, equity share capital debit to bank, then this is named as buyback out of capital. In this case, bank will reduce by 5 crore, equity share capital will reduce by 5 crore. That's it. This is a single entry which we may pass, that we have make payment to our equity shareholders by rupees 5 crore. That's it. The point comes to an end. This is called buyback of shares out of capital. This is not allowed as per law. As per law, what is allowed? As per law, it is allowed to be paid off out of profits. Out of profit payment meant for what? We have to make arrangement. So for that, we have to transfer our free reserves, 2 CRR, worth rupees 5 crore, and then we have to make payment to them equity share capital debit to bank 5 crore. In that case, what will happen? This entry is same, just we have passed in case of capital, because this is the payment, but simultaneously this much amount is reduced from my अमाउंट अवेलेबल फॉर डिविडेंड। जो पैसा मेरे पास डिविडेंड के लिए अवेलेबल था वो मैंने खत्म कर दिया, अपना छोड़ दिया, ये मैंने अपना राइट छोड़ दिया। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड आउट ऑफ प्रॉफिट। ये जब दो एंट्रीज डालते हैं तो उसे कहते हैं आउट ऑफ प्रॉफिट, जब ये वाली दो डालते हैं हम लोग। और जब हम सिंगल एंट्री डाल देते हैं इसे कहते हैं आउट ऑफ कैपिटल। सो आउट ऑफ कैपिटल रिडम्पशन अलाउड ही नहीं है। रिडम्पशन ऑफ प्रेफरेंस शेयर अलाउड नहीं है, बायबैक ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर अलाउड नहीं है, बिकॉज ये दोनों ओनर हैं कंपनी के। सो both are the owner of the company, preference and equity. They are not allowed to get back their amount. So to allow them to get back the amount, law has been framed. Law has given a provision that if you have sufficient amount of dividend reserves available with you, you may utilize that, but you can't make payment from the right, or you can't make payment out of the capital. We can say कि आप कैपिटल रिडक्शन नहीं कर सकते, कैपिटल कैपिटल को डिप्लीट नहीं कर सकते, इसे कहते हैं कैपिटल को डिप्लीट कर देना। यू कैन डिप्लीट योर कैपिटल। So this is a legal terms which you have to keep into your mind. So in last illustration, preference share issued earlier for the purpose of buyback can be considered as, yeah, this is has been already written in the question. I am not a party here because this has been already made clear in the question. If you will see the illustration number 3, so it is specifically given in the question that it is allowed. So the motive is already clear and this is allowed. Okay. Issued 2 months back for the purpose of buyback. Okay, sir. Now I got clear. Okay, sir. Question, sir. This point I am not able to recall because please tell me equity shares can be converted into to benches. Everything is there. Question is very good that equity shares can be converted into debentures or not. There is a point, but this is something which is technical, and we can't start it now because if we'll start it now, it will be completely out of the topic. So these things are small knowledgeable points which are required to you while doing questions, because upcoming chapters which you are going to do will need the knowledge of those points. So you must have to review your studies to some extent. I would like to tell you, you must have to go for the graduation studies once again, or CA foundation studies once again from company point of view, so that it should be easy to understand it later on. Okay, I think we can do one thing. Mm, yes, we should have to do one thing now. Come to illustrations. Come to sorry. Come to test your knowledge questions। लास्ट जो क्वेश्चन आप, बिकॉज इलस्ट्रेशन 5 इज नॉट एबल टू बी सॉल्व नाउ, उसको हम सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो हम लोग टेस्ट योर नॉलेज में जाते हैं बेटा। तो दिस इज अ वे हाउ एमसीक्यूज में कम इन टू योर एग्जाम। तो दीज एमसीक्यूज आर टू बी डन बाय यू। आई हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड एमसीक्यू नंबर 1 2 3। सो व्हाट विल बी द आंसर ऑफ एमसीक्यू नंबर 1? फास्ट, व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? फास्ट। 1 का आंसर क्या होगा? वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। वन का आंसर ए आ गया, बिल्कुल ठीक है। सेकंड का आंसर क्या होगा? सेकंड का आंसर क्या होगा फास्ट? फास्ट, वेरी गुड। स्पीड से देने आंसर आप लोगों ने। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, शाबाश। आंसर ऑफ सेकंड विल बी सी, because we can use free reserve, security premium, and proceed of the issue of any share price. So A and B is right answer. So answer is C. सेकंड का आंसर सी रहेगा। कोई डाउट है तो पूछ सकते हो आप लोग। थर्ड, क्वेश्चन नंबर थर्ड का आंसर क्या रहेगा? क्वेश्चन नंबर थर्ड, वेरी गुड, शाबाश। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू? Buyback is for more than 25% of the total paid up capital and free reserves of the company. Is it right? No. क्योंकि बायबैक जो होता है वो 25% से कम होना चाहिए, ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए। Partly paid shares cannot be bought back by a company. So this is purely true. Buyback of equity shares in any financial year shall not exceed 25% of its total paid up equity capital in that financial year. Shall exceed. So it is also wrong. Partly paid shares can be bought back. This is also wrong. So answer is B. So you have to do all these questions. Okay. Any doubt? If there is any doubt, you may have to ask me. Let's discuss question number ninth. KG Limited furnishes the following balance sheet as on 31st of March 2011. So you have to give the answer. 1200 is the equity share capital of the company. This is fully paid up shares. Always underline it, always keep it into your mind. It must be fully paid up. Security premium general reserve is lying there. CRR, whatever is lying there, that can't be utilized for the purpose of buyback of shares because this is a dead reserve. It can be utilized only for the purpose of bonus shares. First April, company announced buyback of 25% of its equity shares. So company can easily do that because 25% is allowed limit, not more than that. So how much shares are to be bought back by the company? Tell me the face value of shares to be bought back, right? Send me how much will be the face value of bought back. Sir ji, in question number second, how C option correct? Okay. How C option correct? Because we cannot issue that share which we buy back and it write there any share. Whenever we are doing MCQs, let it be very much clear that let's wait, just wait. I would like to show you the theory also so that it will be better understood to you. Miss BHOI, Bhoi, Mitesh Kumar. Just wait, beta. As per MCQ 3, in illustration number 3, should transfer 5 lakh in CRR. As per MCQ 3, in illustration number 3, should transfer 5 lakh in CRR. Just wait, I would like to show you. First of all, illustration. This is a we are talking about this illustration, ninth question. So just tell me one thing. You are just using too much time. It is very easy to give the answer. Beta, equity shares are of rupees 1200 only, and we have to buy back 25% of it. So it is 25% of 1200 is 300 only. So we have to buy back the equity shares. For that, we must have to check, is it in thousands or lakhs or crores? So it is not given here. So that is something which is good for us. We will assume it that whatever it is given, we will also do in the same way. हम लोग इसे थाउजेंड्स में, लैक्स में, करोड़ में किसी में नहीं मानने वाले. हम भी इसे नॉर्मली लेके चलेंगे अब. Because he has not mentioned anywhere. See, any hint is given to you. From here you may take an hint. Take a hint. See, here it is. यहाँ पर एक hint है आपके पास. It sold all its investment for rupees 75 lakhs. Now see, the value of investment is 74 with you. The value of investment is rupees 74 for you. He is going to sell it at rupees 75. So it meant for it is in lakhs. So you have to use your mind also. अपना दिमाग भी use करना है. So it is in lakhs. Now this is very much clear. It is given in lakhs. So accordingly we will do the question now. So how much is the number of shares? Fast. कितने shares हैं आपके पास? How much will be the number of shares? Get the complete value. This 1200 is not 1200. This is 1200 lakhs beta. So it meant for 1200 lakhs means we have to go accordingly. 300 lakhs is the face value of shares to be buyback. And how much premium will be there? He already mentioned you that the premium is worth rupees 5. So if it is 300 lakhs, it means for premium on buyback will be 150 lakhs. Because it is 1200 lakhs. So accordingly, you have to calculate 1200 into 25%. It is 300 lakhs at the rate of, and this, or you may say number of shares are there. How many number of shares are there? If it is 300 lakhs at the rate of 10 each, it means it is 30 lakh shares. 300 divided by 10. 300 को 10 से डिवाइड करो, 30 लाख आ गया. अब प्रीमियम कितना होगा? 30 लाख इंटू 5. यहां पर आप गलती करोगे, ये पक्की बात है. कोई ना कोई स्टूडेंट यहां पर गलती करेंगे और अपने मार्क्स कटवा लेंगे. मस्ट कीप इट इनटू योर माइंड. इट इज टेक्ट हाउ दे आर गिविंग यू द क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन देने का तरीका है उनका ये. ओके, सो very simple question that we have to make buyback of 300 lakhs. Face value of buyback 300 lakhs. Premium on buyback 150 lakhs. ठीक है. Now how it is to be arranged, it is to be done. We should have free reserves with us. How much free reserves are there? We have general reserve worth rupees 265 lakhs. So it means for this purpose, we'll create CRR worth rupees 265 lakhs. But this can't be utilized as 265 lakhs. This is also wrong. Why? See, here it is. He says we have to sell the investments worth rupees 75 lakhs. So if investments are to be sold at 75 lakhs, दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट इज वर्थ रुपीज 74 लाख विद अस। 74 की इन्वेस्टमेंट को जब 75 में सेल करेंगे तो वी आर गोइंग टू अर्न रुपीज 1 लाख एज ए प्रॉफिट। सो अवर revenue reserve will automatically increase by 1 lakh. Your profit and loss account will automatically increase by 1 lakh because whatever profit will be there, that will be added to it. So that means for what we have to do, you will use for this 300 lakhs, you will use general reserve of rupees 265 lakhs. Balance you will use from profit and loss account. How much to be utilized from profit and loss account? You will utilize 35 lakhs from profit or loss account. हाउ मच द बैलेंस ऑफ प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट, कितना बैलेंस है प्रॉफिट लॉस का? 171। तो प्रॉफिट लॉस का जो बैलेंस है आपके पास अकाउंट का 171 लाख, उसमें से आप लोग 35 लाख को यूटिलाइज करोगे। यू विल यूज 35 लाख। सो CRR विल बी क्रिएटेड फॉर रुपीज 300 lakhs इन दिस वे। मीन्स उसमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? वट यू हैव टू डू, प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट 35 lakhs, जनरल रिजर्व अकाउंट डेबिट 265 lakhs, टू CRR 300 lakhs। इज दैट क्लियर? बट CRR 300, Venkataraman, just wait, we'll come to that. There's no problem. We'll come to that. Profit and loss account is 171 lakh. How? 170 lakh is given to you in your balance sheet, plus 1 lakh is the profit on sale of investment. When you will sell the investment of rupees 74 lakh for rupees 75, you will earn a profit of rupees 1 lakh. It will automatically add in your profit and loss account. So your profit and loss account will increase by rupees 1 lakh. तो आपके पास प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट में 171 लाख रुपए पड़ा हुआ है। 35 लाख रुपीज आपके पास जो है आपने यूटिलाइज कर लिए प्रॉफिट लॉस में से, 265 आपने जनरल रिजर्व में से यूटिलाइज किया, CRR आपका 300 का हो गया। नो फ्रेश इश्यूज रिक्वायर्ड इन दिस केस। Now remaining is regarding the bonus shares which we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. In this case, bonus share is also there. We will discuss it tomorrow. Yeah, one or two queries are there. So Sheel, dear sir, it is sorry to say that your class has not mentioned in live class schedule. Yeah, there was some amendments made today due to some emergency. So my classes are started today. What if we got loss in sale of investment? Automatically your profit or loss account will reduce with that amount. Okay. If profit or loss account is not there, then general reserve will be used for the adjustment. Then the adjustment will be made in general reserve. Any revenue reserve will be adjusted accordingly. Okay. Come to illustration number 3. Someone was asking about illustration number 3, so I would like to clear it. Someone was asking about it. I think I have already discussed it here. Yeah. Here I've already discussed that. Yeah. Face value of shares to be buyback is 5 lakh rupees. That is also given here. So these are 2,50,000 equity shares, out of which they are going to buy back 20% shares. 2,50,000 into 20%, beta. So it is 50,000 shares, and the rate of share is rupees 10 per share. So we need 5 lakh rupees, out of which 2 lakh is already available with us by way of preference shares, which are already issued by us. ये 2 लाख रुपीज के प्रेफरेंस शेयर हम ऑलरेडी इशू कर चुके हैं बेटा। तो 3 लाख रुपीज का हम सीआरआर क्रिएट कर देंगे। ये हमारी इक्वेशन होती है ना कि हमें 5 लाख रुपीज पूरे करने हैं, अरेंजमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो ये 3 लाख इस तरह से आएगा, ठीक है सर। Buyback of equity shares 90% same as redemption of. No, no, buyback of equity share is not same. Tomorrow it will be completely different. Today it is same to some extent. Tomorrow it will be completely different. Tomorrow means in the next lecture. My next lecture is on day after tomorrow. That is on Friday at the same timing, 6 o'clock. Okay then, sir, could we close the session? You may do some questions also, बेटा। आप लोग भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस वगैरह इसमें से कर लेना, बाकी हम प्रॉपरली तो क्वेश्चंस कंप्लीट कर पाएंगे डे आफ्टर टुमारो ही, फ्राइडे को कर पाएंगे। ओके, so going to close the session.